Hey, ¿cómo están? What's going on? Are you new to the whole fitness thing and you plan on toning up, losing some pounds? Well, before you start, you need to know about the C word, chocolate. Just kidding. You need to know about calories, okay? There are some very important things you need to know about calories before you begin. Here is probably one of the most important things you should know about calories if you plan on losing some weight. There are 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. So what does that mean? It means that to lose 1 pound of fat, you have to create a deficit of 3,500 calories over a given period of time. Well, let's just take a week, for example. Let's say you cut back 500 calories a day for 7 days straight and nothing else changed. Just all you did was cut back 500 calories a day for 7 days straight. At the end of that week, of that 7-day period, you more than likely would lose 1 pound of fat off your body. You can talk to any dietitian, personal trainer, nutritionist, and they should tell you something along those lines. I am not making this up. This is a fact, okay? 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. If someone were to add 500 calories a day to their diet and nothing else changed, they just increased it 500 calories a day for 7 days straight, more than likely they would gain a pound of fat. This is true around the world. This is true for all humans. That is the body's adaptation to excess calories. I know we look at it as fat and some of us don't like how it looks on our bodies, that's fine. But just from an evolutionary point of view, fat on the body is just stored energy. And the more calories we take in that we don't use, the more stored energy we're going to have. That's all it is. Please remember that fat on the body is stored energy. It's nothing else. The amount of calories someone needs to maintain a certain weight revolves around several factors. One of them is muscle mass. The more muscle mass someone has, the more muscular someone is, the more they can get away with eating more because muscle mass requires calories to keep it on your body. It's a complicated physiological process, but just know this, muscle requires a lot of calories compared to fat on your body. Because fat is stored energy, muscle is active, okay? So that's the first thing, muscle mass. Number 2 is activity levels. If you have 2 men, both 6 foot tall, they both weigh 200 pounds, they both have about the same muscle mass, but one is much more active. Let's say he works construction and works out, and this one just works out. The one that works construction and works out is gonna require more calories. And now it can get kind of confusing and even frustrating because, okay, you know that there's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. You know that fat on the body is stored energy. And you know that different amount of weight for different people requires different amount of calories, depending on activity levels, how much they weigh. The next common question I get is, Hector, how many calories do I need? What should I be consuming, right? Like a client. So this is the advice I'm going to give you, and it's probably the easiest way to approach weight loss, in my opinion. Learn or start to gauge or have an idea of how many calories you're consuming per day. And that's a lot easier to do now because of technology, right? I mean, look at that phone I'm filming myself with. You can get on your phone, you can get on your PC, and you can Google pretty much any food and it'll tell you the amount of calories. And then you can add it up for the day and you can get an idea of how many calories you're eating per day. And that includes what you're eating and what you're drinking, because liquid calories count too. All calorie sources count. So you get an average of what you're consuming per day, because it can vary, but pretty much most people consume a certain amount per day that is specific to them. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna decide what foods or what areas can you cut back in. So let's say you were drinking regular soda, 2 of them a day, which would be about 300 calories. And you decide instead of those sodas, I'm gonna drink water. Now you've created a deficit of 300 calories a day by not even moving a muscle. And 300 times 12 is 3,600. So in 12 days, you would lose 1 pound of fat by simply cutting out 2 sodas per day. So that's just an example of the power of calorie manipulation. My advice is to start cutting back incrementally, and you will see changes on the scale. The body has no choice. If somebody weighs 250 pounds and they've been consuming this amount of calories, whatever that is, 3,000 a day, 2,500 a day, whatever it is, and they cut back consistently every day for a month, they're gonna lose weight. It's gonna happen. There's no magic behind it. It's not supplement based, it's not pill based, it's not powders, you don't have to detox, it's calories. And if you don't believe me, please talk to a nutritionist, a dietitian, or other personal trainers and ask them. And people that aren't selling products, people that are talking about food and calories, and they will tell you the foundation of weight loss is cutting back on calories. It's very simple, because if you flip it, if you do the inverse, why we as a society gain weight is because of too many calories. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is just what really is going on. I've already given you a start with the whole 3,500 calorie truth and concept. And then from there, work your way back. Work your way back to the amount of calories you need to zero in on to weigh your desired weight, because everyone is different. I can't give you the number 2,000. I can't say, oh, go for 2,000 calories. I don't know what you do for a living. I don't know if you're lifting weights. I don't know if you sit all day, if you run every morning. So it would be very irresponsible for me to tell you how many calories you should consume. But if you educate yourself, because you know what you eat, and you look up the total calories you're consuming, you can start making small changes that will have big results. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you have gained some information that you can implement into your weight loss program, toning program, whatever it is you're embarking on, especially if you're a beginner. I think for a beginner who is embarking on working out, losing weight, toning up, getting fit, getting healthier, I think it has to be so challenging because there's so much information out there. So much. Gyms, diets, workout programs, supplements, me, the next trainer, the other guy. So I created this channel to bring some clarity and to help you. So my goal is to just make things a little easier, a little basic, give you some advice that you can follow, and then from there you can kind of branch out. But you find things that work for you. You find food that works for you. You find movement that works for you. Well, I'm gonna keep posting videos. I'm gonna keep giving you advice. I'm gonna keep teaching you. Please subscribe, please like. And if you're just starting out, be patient, okay? Be patient, the results will come.